I think pastoring just may be one of the toughest jobs in the world. And I think I have a pretty good take on that since my grandfather was a pastor, my dad was a pastor. I've been in the pastorate for many years myself. My sons are pastors. My son-in-law is a pastor. I guess none of us could get a real job, so we all stayed in the pastorate. But I understand the rigors. I understand the mounting expectations. I understand the desire on everybody in the flock that the pastor is there every moment just for them. I understand what it means to preach and to be compared to outstanding communicators that people are watching on TV and online and listening to on the radio. I understand the family strains of being in the fishbowl all the time, of a wife who bears the brunt of criticism against her husband, against her pastor, of kids who are always demanded to be on display, to be an example. How many times I heard from people in my dad's church that I ought to be an example. I didn't want to be an example. I was only 5. Well, the list is long. And so where does a pastor go for retreat, for refreshment? Who cares about pastors? I remember a friend of mine pastoring a major church in downtown Boston. After many years of serving there, he left to go to another church. And I remember what he said to me. It touched me deeply. He said, "Joe, in all these years, nobody cared for my soul." So no wonder that pastors are crashing and failing. But there is a safety net. Care for pastors. I know these people. I know what they do. I know what they offer. So I'm delighted to endorse Care for Pastors. This is a ministry that is desperately needed. And for all of us who love shepherds and who believe that God has called shepherds into the flock, into the nitty-gritty, high-stress work with the flock, I am so glad there's some place that catches pastors, refreshes them, helps them with their families, and sends them back into it again. So I hope you're paying attention to a group like Care for Pastors. In fact, I trust that you'll consider supporting Care for Pastors. It is certainly a ministry long overdue, and a ministry that has done so well on behalf of those shepherds that God has chosen to lead his flock.